Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Courtney and I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay. And today I'm here with a what sold in July. And if you are new to the channel or haven't seen my what sold before, I do one video on Poshmark sales and one video on eBay sales, and I select 10 items that sold the previous month that surprised me for some reason. So maybe they sold quickly, maybe they took forever to sell, maybe they sold for more than I expected or less than I was hoping for. So this video is going to be on eBay, and I've been selling on eBay since December of last year, 2018. I recently went to eBay Open. eBay is currently, I think July was the first month where eBay brought in more money for me than Poshmark. So I'm very excited about the potential with eBay, and I do still sell and love Poshmark and will cross-list anything that can be cross-listed to both of them. But I think the potential for me and what I like to pick up, which is not just clothing, but also hard goods or random things, there's a lot of potential for me on eBay. So if you aren't already subscribed and you like reseller content around eBay, Poshmark, and now an antique booth, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button down below. And if you enjoy this video, these what sold videos, which I think can be helpful, the thumbs up means a lot to me and lets me know I should keep doing them. So I'm gonna go through 10 items. I'm gonna tell you what the item was, how long it took to sell, approximately how long it took to sell, the sold price, and then if I had listed it higher so that you could kind of see the offer that I took. So I am going to insert some photos here. The first item I was really excited about. When I found it at the Goodwill bins, I wasn't sure about it. They were equestrian boots. The only branding I saw on it was something called Biltrite, which appeared to be a company. They appeared to be vintage equestrian boots. There was no size on it, which was really terrifying because it's hard to sell something if you can't clearly say what the size is and show that. But when I got these listed on both eBay and Poshmark, they sold on eBay 3 days after listing. They sold for full price for $74.48, and the buyer paid shipping. So I believe the shipping on this was a large flat rate. I think I charged $15. So in total, it was about $90 the buyer paid. And I paid, it was a Goodwill Bins find, and it was at a location where I think it was about $1.59 per pound for this. So they weren't very heavy, but yeah, a really great return, a very quick sale, and I will definitely keep an eye out for more equestrian stuff. Yeah, so the next up was another bag that sold very quickly. It was in a recent haul. It was by a Canadian brand called M0851. I don't know how you say it. Yeah, that's how it's spelled though. It was a brown leather bag. I was surprised when I looked up the comms how well some of the stuff did. And it took a week to sell, and it also sold for full price of $94.48. I think that was one where I woke up to a full price sale, which is always great. So I will definitely keep an eye out for that brand. However, I don't know how common it is. It seems it actually went back to Canada. So they did buy it through global shipping program, and it went back to Canada. So yeah. The third item was a vintage Dutch coffee grinder. This had some wear. It was vintage. I originally listed it, I think, for $49.99 or something around there. And then I was cycling through stuff on auctions, and so I put it up on auction for $39.99. And so in total, it took 2 weeks to sell. So the first week it was regular. The second week I put it up on auction, and it sold to one bidder for $39.99 plus shipping. And the shipping on this was about $10. And it actually went to Thailand, I believe. So another global shipping program. I'm a huge fan of this program because, you know, there's definitely been some good sales for me with international buyers. So yeah, quick sale. It was from a yard sale. Sorry, I don't think I said the bag was from the Goodwill Bins as well. So the coffee grinder was from a yard sale, and I only paid $1.50, and quick sale. And yeah, fourth item was a shoulder handbag that was also found at the Goodwill bins. It was by a brand called Midi Queen, and it did on the tag say it was made in Ventura, California, which I was not far from. I believe it said Ventura. Yeah. And this only took 3 weeks to sell. It was a cute style, and the comps seemed to be decent, but I was just surprised that it sold in 3 weeks. It sold for $50. I took an offer of $50 plus shipping, and I had originally listed it at $65. So quick sale. It was a great condition. It was a cute style. It had a little pouch inside. And it actually, I believe, went back to the coast. So it went back, it wasn't Ventura, it was Santa Barbara or something like that. So it basically went back to where it came from. But anyways, the fifth item that surprised me was a LuLaRoe item. Now, I won't say I don't pick up LuLaRoe. A piece would have to be pretty unique, and it would have to be pretty cheap for me to pick it up currently. But this item I bought 9 months ago. So before I started eBay, and I was so excited to see it at the thrift store because it was unique. It was this vest. It was very soft. It was very oversized. I couldn't find one like it. And at the time, I thought the rare LuLaRoe pieces were still going for quite a bit of money. I think I priced this originally, I started at like $95. And mind you, this was right during winter, in fall. And so it got a lot of likes. It got a lot of interest. It just didn't get any bites. And I'm pretty sure I got a pretty decent offer, probably like 50% off, and I countered and they left. Well, it happens. It ended up only selling for me for $25. I had brought down the price, and then, at this point I'm just like, I just want to get my money back. I did pay full price for this at a thrift store, so probably about $6 or $7 for this. I'm glad it went to a home. It actually went to Arizona. They did pay shipping, but it just took way too long to sell. It was a unique piece, so I thought at the time it would go for a lot. But again, I paid way too much for it, and the return just wasn't great for me. So it was also bulky. I had to store it in a closet. So yeah, not something I would pick up again. But if LuLaRoe is cheap enough, and if I think it's a desirable item, then I might still pick it up. Like the long dusters, I've picked up a couple of those recently, and those still seem to do pretty well. Sixth item was a pair of, and I'm not sure if it's Micah or Mika James. This was a pair of pants that I found at the Goodwill bins. The store appears to be a Los Angeles-based store, and I couldn't find any for sale, and I couldn't find any comps. So the original price on this pair of pants from their website was $195. I priced pretty high, the original price on these, about $195, I believe. I'm mixing up my numbers right now, but I believe it was just shy of $200. So I priced pretty high. I want to say I priced at $75, $80, somewhere around there, and expecting to take a best offer. And it got through the rotation of putting it up on auction. I had brought the price down to $35, and it sold for $35 with one bidder. So it sold within a month, which is not bad, and still a decent return on a bins find. Next up was an Elliott Luca. This was a black kind of woven bag. It was new with tags. It was actually from my own closet. So if you aren't going through your closet regularly to see what's sitting there that I might be able to sell, this I bought, and I didn't even know I had it, to be honest. Never used it, new with tags. It was either a crossbody, or you could wrap the strap and have more of like a smaller handle bag. Lightweight, very easy, and it sold within 3 weeks on auction for $27.97. And I was very happy with that because that was free, and I probably bought it years ago and just didn't even realize it. Didn't even know it existed. Really sad that we had that happen. Eighth item was a Tory Burch black backpack. This was in a recent ThreadUp DIY designer box. This sold within a week, less than a week, and I priced it pretty high, and I ended up taking a pretty low offer, but it was a quick flip. So in less than a week, I got an offer for $110. I had it listed for $195, and I just thought I could counter this and get, $20, $30 extra dollars, or I could just accept. The whole box cost me, I had some credits, so the whole box cost me $20, and I still have other things from that box that I can sell. So to me, accept it. That's what I did, and I'm happy I did. So Ninth item was a Theory black, I'm not sure if you say it, Telora. That was the style, Telora. New with tags dress. I believe my mom found this and about 4 months ago, and she found it at a store. It wasn't a Goodwill, it was like a small thrift store, and I believe she only paid a couple dollars for it, but I started it high. I believe the original price in this was a few $100s. I can't remember what it said on the tag, but yeah, I mean, it took 4 months to sell, which is a bit of a bummer. It was a classic style. I have learned with Theory that some of it can still go for quite a bit. Some of it doesn't go for all that much, so style plays a part. And for me, it hasn't been a quick seller, but they have sold for me. So I will continue to pick up this brand, especially if it's new with tags, especially if I get it cheap enough. But in my experience, 4 months is a little longer than I would want, especially for a new with tags item. But it sold for $58. I had originally priced it at $95 and took a best offer, and I'm happy just to see it go to a new home. And all of these had shipping that the buyer paid, if I haven't mentioned that. All right, the last item was an espresso machine. So if you are not using Goodwill, shop Goodwill as a sourcing option, if you maybe don't have good thrift stores, maybe your thrift stores are, in your opinion, charging too much, shop Goodwill is another option. And I think I've heard other resellers talk about it as a good place to source. For me, when I'm bored and I'll occasionally pop onto the site, I have LA shop Goodwill and I have a nearby city called Bakersfield, which both of them they're separate Goodwills. And so if you find something for a really great deal, if you're local, you can pick it up and you don't have to pay the shipping on the item. So it's an auction-based site. It's a great option. I've purchased some stuff for my own personal home and my own personal closet. I've also purchased some stuff to resell. This was an example. It was an espresso machine. It was new in box, and I was really excited about it. However, I made a mistake when I went to go look up comps before I put a bid on it. So I paid $36 for this, and I didn't have to pay shipping. When I looked up comps, I saw a number of them selling from 100 to 120, and I did not notice at the time that they were all free shipping. And so I thought, okay, 115, let's say I can sell it for. I paid 36. I didn't have to work. I was already just passing through this town, so I didn't have to go out of my way to go get it. And it's going to flip for 115 when you remove the fees. I'm looking at a good $50 profit. Well, when I went to sell the item, I listed it and I realized, oh, this is not including shipping. Oh well, I didn't weigh it at the time. I just thought, okay, a bulkier item like this, it's already, I'm gonna ship it in this box. It's already very secure. It'll cost $20 to ship. Well, I was wrong. So when it sold, it actually sold to someone in Puerto Rico, which is not part of Global Shipping Program because that is part of the US and it does work in the USPS system. So the cheapest option of shipping was $35. And so in total, I did not make a huge profit. It was a quick flip. It flipped in a week, but so they paid $114 total. And so it sold for $99 on auction, and then there was $15 shipping. Yeah, so it sold very quickly, but I only probably made about $20 on it. So that was my mistake. I should definitely learn from this. But Shop Goodwill is one of my favorite places to look online for stuff to source because, yeah, they're trying to move through product. They're not holding on to stuff. And if you can pick it up and save on shipping, it's a great deal. So anyways, I was really, for July, I had some really great sales. And yeah, stay tuned for another What Sold video from Poshmark and 10 sales there. And yeah, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.